bills, and I've not had occasion to be heard on the floor for me to go and make the amendments that I thought would probably return even more sanity and clarity to our intentions as leaders. That Honourable Speaker, now that we have one lucky mover who filed several months after.
All the members are lucky in this house. There is no one lucky mover.
No,
including yourself.
She's ahead of me. May we be guided, Honourable Speaker, especially now that the two senior ministers, the Land Attorney General, the Minister of Justice, are in the House, on how we can bring to bear the desire then to amend the same law, to which I was not lucky to have precedence, that I had either on the floor or in the committee to have these short amendments to the Act. Considered that I do not really go back to Masaka and tell my voters that indeed the Speaker never heard me. Right, Honourable Speaker, may I be guided procedurally on how to bring to bear those amendments.
I think it won't cause any harm if you went to the committee with the amendment.
Right, Honourable Speaker, at this stage, I cannot even purport to oppose
because you don't know the amendment. So let it go to the committee.
It's a matter for leave to appeal to.
Yes. You people, you want to talk about something that is not yet given leave? Yes, Patrick.
Thank you very much, Right Honourable Speaker. Right Honourable Speaker, we have many political parties in this House, and all political parties would be interested. But there are two terminologies that have been used, and I'm seeking clarification from the movers over what they mean by dialogue, over what they mean
Honorable, you're discussing
Right
something.
Honourable Speaker, allow
there's
me.
An order, okay.
Allow me
There's
time.
an order. There's an order. There's an order.
Right Honourable Speaker, you've guided, and I have a lot of respect for Honourable Patrick. A lot of respect, because we joined this House almost together. Is it in order to go to the definition section of the bill, which we still don't know? Is it in order?
Honorable members, I now put a question that Honorable Nakut Faye be granted leave to introduce a private member's bill, the Political Parties Organizations Amendment Bill. Those in favor say and the contrary nay. The ayes have it. And pursuant to Rule 121, 2, 3, and 4, the rules of procedure, the clerk is hereby instructed to support the member in ensuring the bill is tabled in the House. Next. Sarah.
Right Honourable Speaker, before we broke off, I raised the issue of police officers who have not been receiving their salaries. Some have gone without salaries for over 6 months, and I was surprised, Right Honourable Speaker.
Honourable Sarah, can we handle that on Thursday? It comes as a substantive item.
Right Honourable Speaker, there were responses and a statement by the Minister of Internal Affairs.
You're disorganizing the flow of the answered. Can we handle it on Thursday? Yes.
Okay.
Mehdi.
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker. Right Honourable Speaker, on a lighter note, when we were here, as we were presiding about 3 months ago, the Honourable Norbert Mao, comrade, pledged to this House that he will come up with comprehensive electoral reforms. Parties have begun their internal frameworks of selecting leaders. There is the notion of the introduction of the use of digitization and electronic voter verification system, which many people are not privy to. The other issue was the issue he talked about that was, he said, was being discussed in cabinet, the issue of involvement of the people in the diaspora in the election process of this country. Right Honorable Speaker, I would like, with your guidance, to put it to the Honorable Norbert Mao that he deserves, as Minister of Justice, to come and guide this nation as parties, including his, are going through their internal mechanism of choosing their leaders, so that the country knows that by the opening up of the National Electoral Commission roadmap, the country is aware what mechanism, what system, etc. that we are going to use in the election, so that there is clarity. In the same sense, the Honorable Matthias Mpuuga, like he said, he had presented comprehensive amendments and shared them with different political parties. At least we deserve to know how far that process has gone, so that we can tell the public that this is what you ought to be ready for. Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker.
Thank you.
Item 8 on the order paper.
Yes, Minister, just give a response.
Madam Speaker, I'm a man of my word, and this Parliament deserves to know the truth. There is the amendment which will make biometric verification of voters compulsory. It came before Cabinet, and after debate, the bill was referred to a Cabinet committee to study it. The chair of the committee is the Honorable Chris Bariomunsi. I've been informed that now he has his report ready. And by now, actually, the bill would have been discussed, but we have not had cabinet for the last 2 sittings. And so I want to assure this House.
So you're making that amendment for which election? This election or for the next one?
Madam Speaker, we want free and fair elections. Actually, the purpose of amendments is to ensure free and fair elections. This proposal deals with the problem of ballot stuffing. It also has a lot of financial implications. When I went to the meeting with the President, I told the President that personally, as Minister of Justice, I cannot guarantee that citizens can be biometrically verified unless we have at least 2 machines, because we tested the batteries of the machines used by UBOS, and we found that they could not last for the duration of the election day. I have to safeguard the right of citizens to free and fair elections. The electoral reforms are not just mantras. They have a purpose. And that is what I promised, and that's what I'll deliver. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Honorable, President has something to say. President of UPC.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker. I am a little bit confused and concerned. The amendment to the Political Parties and Organizations Act, the preamble talked about parties refusing to be part of the National Consultative Forum and IPOD.
Honorable Akena, we moved away from that.
I'm building it. It's relevant to what the minister just said.
Okay.
I can speak on behalf of UPC. We have participated fully in IPOD and in the National Consultative Forum. There's no point where we have not been involved. So, on the concern and...
I thought her statement was some parties.
The second that talked about parties are not. On this particular issue, Right Honorable Speaker, and seeing that the Korea agenda for the budget for 2025-26 has been laid. There's a section 14A of the Political Parties and Organization Act which has not been adhered to in the past elections. And I am on record to writing to the minister and copy to the relevant areas. I'm wondering how we're going to deal with this one, because we're at very late stage of the electoral process and the budgeting process. But section 14A of the current act, which the president himself in our iPod meeting said that the NRM had acted in an unchristian way in handling that matter. Where we're going, it seems we're going from unchristian to diabolical. That is where, from my point of view, we have moved from the unchristian to diabolical, because we are deep in the budgeting issue and we don't know where things stand, and we are now having issues of amendments which have not yet cleared cabinet. Right Honourable Speaker, as we head into an election which is of great importance, I would really hope that my brother, the President General of the Democratic Party, can give me some hope and clarity that there's something good happening in the kitchen, and we should not expect something worse to take place.
Thank you. Honourable Mpuuga. Honourable members,
thank you, Right Honourable.
You're all going to go and leave us here with the tax bills. Let's sort out the tax bills.
Much obliged, Right Honourable Speaker. Right Honourable Speaker, the motion was moved to allow the private member to amend the Parties Act, but your guidance to my intentions was a bit equivocal. May I be further guided on what you actually ordered me to do in the face of what I had proposed and the motion moved?
Honorable Mpuuga, I thought I spoke in the language that we all understood. I said if you have amendment, if you have an amendment to the political parties organizations amendment of the act, go to the committee. And that's where the Land Attorney General said he cannot comment on it because he doesn't know the amendment that you're going to bring. So take your amendments to the committee and then you'll interrogate it at committee level. That's what you wanted. So I've told you. Next. Yes, Justice.
Yeah, Madam Speaker, the procedural matter I wanted to raise, the last time we were here,
and what you need to do is to liaise with the drafters. Honorable Mpuuga, you have to liaise with the drafters because there is no bill yet. We have only given what? Leave.
Madam Speaker, the issue, I'm doing a follow-up. The last time you had required the Attorney General to give us the correct position how he will deal with the issue of election of the MP representing workers so that the regional balance is taken care of. And the Attorney General had made commitments that he was going to do consultation and come back and brief the House on how Northern Uganda would do.
The 4 traditional regions.
Yes.
Yes,
Thank
not
you, Madam
specific.
Speaker.
Honorable Attorney General, there was an issue of
Yes.
the traditional 4 regions.
Yes, thank you, Right Honourable Speaker. Right Honourable Speaker, like I did commit here, as soon as I left the House, I did forward this matter to the Minister of Gender, under which docket it falls, and I copied my communication to the clerk, and the Minister of Gender has been handling that issue. I think they've even had several, I think 2 or 3 meetings with the workers. But I can always find out from Minister of Gender and come back.
Get back to us on that because we are now going into election process and we need that resolved. Yes, Aisha.
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker. I'm so happy catching your eye over this procedural issue. Right Honourable Speaker, the Constitution, Article 129, that talks about the courts of judicature. If I may quote very briefly, the judicial power of Uganda shall be exercised by the courts of judicature, which shall consist of A, the Supreme Court of Uganda, B, the Court of Appeal of Uganda, C, the High Court of Uganda, and D, this is where my interest is, and such subordinate courts as Parliament may by law establish, including cards courts of marriage, divorce, inheritance of property, and guardianship, and may be prescribed by Parliament. Right Honourable Speaker, we have just received an amendment to the UPDF Act that wishes to bring in the court-martial. But they are referring to 129(1)D, which specifically also speaks about the cards court. And for 30 years, government has not gotten the interest of introducing the cards court. And the people of Uganda have called...
Why are the lights off?
Yes. Right Honourable Speaker, the people of Uganda have cried for establishment of this cards court for all this time. And the executive has refused to listen to our plea. Now that they have the appetite of introducing courts, even the courts that people of Uganda do not desire, yet they are courts that we desire, may this House please to put it on to the executive to establish the cards court. And for that matter, Right Honourable Speaker, allow me move a motion without notice to compel the executive to introduce a law that will guide the establish and guide the cards court in Uganda. I say pray, Right Honourable Speaker.
AG.
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker. I think Right Honourable Speaker requests the Honourable Member to, if she finds some time, to come, we can have a conference on this, but a lot has been done on this aspect. And in fact, meetings and consultations have been carried out with the leadership of the Muslim community. So I'll share with her where we are, but work has already started, not that we've not done anything.
Thank you. Next item.
Right Honourable Speaker, I don't know
Next
whether...
item.
If you may allow me, sir.
He has told you get back to us on what you've agreed. Next item.
Item 8.